first person. Okay, yeah, it works. So I can now sprint ADS jump, and I can read my values directly. So I can see I've got absolute rotation and everything. So yeah, this is a great addition. We'll be thinking about adding more widgets like this to debug other components. And yeah, big thanks to MK Labs, and he's also amazing creator of a great plugin that if you ever want to work with gameplay ability system that is built into Unreal Engine and is, by the way, transferred to Unreal Engine 5, Gas Companion is the way to go. Like, I don't imagine working with Gas without it. So definitely give it a try on the marketplace. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next episode. Bye. Okay, there's one more thing I absolutely need to talk about when it comes down to AGR Pro Update 3. And this is the new addition thanks to MK Labs, the creator of Gas Companion. There is now a debug widget that is a widget, and it no longer requires you to do all the prints to check what's the state of your animation. Now you just bind a key and you get all the information that you might need. So let's hide everything and let's go through everything that it gives us. So on one, you have the modification gameplay tags, the base pose and overlay pose. And you see all the changes live, and I don't have any changes here really because I don't go into ADS on the right mouse button. But yeah, you see it all live, so you can always use it for debugging. On 2, you see aim offset information, you see the look at location vector, you see final aim offset, X and Y 2D vector, aim clamp. So if something is not working with your aim offset, you can always check here and you can always see how it's running live. Runtime is just delta tick, previous rotation, which is just the live rotation of the actor itself, and also acceleration. So you see the direct raw inputs of your controller in multiplayer, and you can see how this value is driving your animation as well. For example, if you have distance matching starts and stops, you are probably using input acceleration with combination of your velocity. Then on 5 for me, I have the aim offset, which is the previous frame aim, which is the aim offset as a rotator. And also I have the velocity of the actor. I have forward and straight velocity and up velocity. So for example, I can see that my velocity actors when I'm going diagonally are decreased slightly, so that our total velocity is no bigger than 360. And I can also see that it's never almost fully 360, which means that I cannot use this value as an absolute value 360 because it's usually not perfectly matched. I also see my jumping velocity, and I see my direction of movement, which is also very important because I see that I often go beyond 90 when I am leaning. So yeah, there's that. On 6 you see all the bool values. So first person false, idle, true, false, you see when it changes. You see in air changes, you see that grounded and walking state are linked with in air. And falling is also true when in air, but flying is false. And you can see movement mode, it changes to falling. Okay? And let's go further. On 7 you have leans. So if you have this lean setup where you specify your target frame rate, if you increase or decrease this value, this lean will hit different thresholds. So for me it's from -2 to 2, so those are my values. So now I know that if I'm using leaning for my turn in place animations, the play rate of my animations will go from will be just maximum 2. I can see how it's changing and how it's being interpreted in what speed. This is also important. And aim delta is what drives my hand sway. So this is also important to see. The setup are the values I just talked about. So the smoothing of aim and leaning, and target frame rate, which is a static multiplier of calculations. And on 9, this is really cool. You see all the custom values that you add to your animation graph. So in my example, this is normalized forward and normalized right and left, right? I have the right front getting true, false, true, false, true, false, which is being used for stop animations. And you see the left up normalized value. Okay, you can see my idle ignore Z. Well, this is no longer needed, but this is a value I've added. So now I, for example, know that I need to remove this value because it's no longer required, as idle is ignoring the Z velocity. And yeah, I got the aim up, which is the instant aim for first person experience with no so it's not interpreting from one value to another, it's just instant. ADS, which is value I'm reading from gameplay tags, so now I'm not really using it. And sprinting, that I am not, oh okay, I am using this value. And if I go into anim state, if I am sprinting, you can see that actually my modification tags are adding tag name animation modifier sprint. And I can read it directly here, as well as a change of the value sprinting. So if I'm not seeing animation of sprinting, it means my setup of animation is bad, not the setup of inputs. So how to use this? Very simple. You just go to your project settings, and then you have plugins, and now you have AGR debugger, and you just set up inputs, and by those inputs you call show of certain categories, and on first input you have the activation key. So you can, for example, if you are already using those inputs, you can say that you require let's say control on all of them. And now I can go back to my character. I can reconnect all the inputs I had on my 1, 2, 3, and 4 inputs directly without control or without Alt or Shift. And now I can go